Welcome to this presentation on division and aggregate operations in database systems. In this video, we will explore relational division and how it's used. Then we'll dive into aggregate functions to perform calculations on data. Let us understand relational division first. Relational division is an operation that finds records in one relation, also known as a table, that are related to all records in another relation. In simple words, it helps us answer questions like find all x that are related to every y. It is important to know that division is not a basic operation. Rather, it can be created using other relational operations such as selection, projection, and set difference. Here's the formula for relational division. R divided by S equals the set of D such that for all since D across is in R. In this formula, R is the dividend relation, S is the divisor relation, and T is a tuple in the result. Let's look at an example to understand this better. Suppose we have a table named Student Course with columns Student and Course. This table tells us which students are enrolled in which courses. Now, suppose we have another table named Required Courses with a column Course, listing the courses that are required. Now, using relational division, we want to find all students who have taken all the required courses. In this case, Alice and Bob have taken both math and physics, which are the required courses. Therefore, the result of the division operation, that is R divided by S, includes Alice and Bob. Charlie is not included in the result because he has not taken physics. So, the query here is to find all students who have taken all required courses. Now, let's discuss how to implement relational division. There are a couple of methods we can use. Method 1 involves using set operations. First, project the attributes from R that are not in S. Then for each tuple T in this projection, check if T combined with every tuple in S exists in R. If it does, include T in the result. Method 2 involves using algebra. First, project R on attributes not in S, and call it T1. Then find all combinations of T1 and S, and call it T2. Next, find tuples in T2 that are not in R, and call it T3. Project T3 on attributes not in S, and call it T4. The result is T1 minus T4. Here is an SQL implementation to find students who have taken all required courses. We use the select distinct statement to get a list of unique student names from the student course table, aliased as SC1. The where not exists clause is used to filter out students who have not taken all the required courses. The subquery selects all records from the required courses table, aliased as RC, for which there is no corresponding record in the student course table, aliased as SC2. The where clause inside the subquery checks if the student and course in SC match the student in SC1 and the course in RC. Now let us discuss aggregate functions. Aggregate functions perform calculations on a set of values and return a single value as the result. These functions operate on multiple rows and return a single summary value. They are often used with the group by clause and can be filtered with the having clause. Some common aggregate functions include count, which returns the number of rows in a specified column or expression. Sum calculates the total of values in a numeric column. EVG calculates the average value of a numeric column. MIN returns the smallest value in a column. Max returns the largest value in a column. And STDDEV calculates the standard deviation of values. The group by clause divides the rows of a table into groups based on specified columns. It groups rows with the same values in specified columns, and aggregate functions are applied to each group. The group by clause returns one row for each group. Note that non-aggregated columns in the select statement must appear in the group by clause. When using group by, each item in the select list must either be included in the group by clause or be an aggregate function. For example, if we have a sales data table with columns region, product, and sales, we can use the group by clause to calculate the total sales by region. The SQL query would be select region, sum of sales as total sales from sales data group by region. This would return a table with the total sales for each region. The having clause filters groups based on aggregate results, while the where clause filters individual rows before grouping. The where clause filters rows before grouping and cannot use aggregate functions. The having clause, on the other hand, filters groups after grouping and can use aggregate functions. The where clause is applied to individual rows and is executed before the group by clause, while the having clause is applied to groups of rows and is executed after the group by clause. The query execution order is from where group by having select and then order by. For example, to find departments with an average salary greater than 50,000, the SQL query would be select department, average of salary as average salary from employees group by department having average of salary greater than 50,000. Use the where clause to filter rows based on column values, and the having clause to filter groups based on aggregate results. Using the right clause improves query performance and readability. Let's explore some advanced aggregation features. ROLLUP generates multiple grouping sets, including subtotals and grand totals in a hierarchical manner. Cube generates all possible combinations of grouping sets for multidimensional analysis. Grouping sets allows the specification of multiple grouping sets in a single query. Window functions perform calculations across a set of rows related to the current row. For example, to perform sales analysis with subtotals, the SQL query would be select region product, sum of sales as total sales from sales data group by ROLLUP region product. As another example, we can use the window function to select department, employee, salary and the average of the salary over the partition by department from the employees table, aliased as average department salary. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.